I'm Pony, and welcome back to the Pony Talk Podcast. We keep it real right here. And today, guys, I have someone very important, but I gotta mention myself. I'm your lovely host, Dashi101, and I am joined by the one and only Mobius1, guys.
Hello.
Alrighty, so, if you guys do not know, Mobius has joined us in quite a few videos. He's popped up in some of our Halloween videos. He's also done the Try Not to Laugh. That's the most recent one. And yeah, but he is here doing a podcast, guys. This is like one of the first times. Oh wait, no, the first time that you did it was last time, or the last season 6. Or not season 6.
Yeah, when she was trying to build up that nursery for the...
Yep, Fluttershy leans in season 7. I was thinking season 6. What the heck? But yes, guys, he is back, and it is fantastic to have you, man. So how have you been doing?
I've been good. How about yourself, Dash?
I've been doing pretty good, hanging in there, you know. These last 2 weeks have been really busy for me, but it's still gonna get busier as we go, guys. So, you know, videos are gonna be a little bit slow, but I'm still trying to produce for you guys, and we're gonna keep it as real as possible and keep this train moving. So, we are here to discuss episode 9 of season 8. We have the non-complete clause this time, guys. Now, this episode. Whew, okay, so let me get my personal thoughts out here. And Mobius, I know you have a lot to say about this episode too. When we were actually starting this podcast, he was already going to say stuff about it. I was like, wait, let's get it all on here because I know what he's gonna say, and it's probably gonna be almost as identical as mine. Now first off, guys, I don't know, but the mood of this episode, I don't know, like, where the writers or the creators thought they were going with this, but, like, I felt like everything was just kind of, like, you know, thrown together, because during this episode, we had Applejack and Rainbow Dash, or the professors for these kids, and they were going in their competitive modes and stages. And, again, I thought Rainbow Dash and Applejack already kind of crossed this obstacle, bringing that back. But, yeah. Now, Mobius, what were you going to say about this episode?
Well, I have to think you're right. It was kind of just thrown together, and I perceived Applejack and Rainbow Dash in a more negative tone this episode. It was, like, not like them, because I'm used to seeing them in all cheery way and all that, and it's not really that right this episode. And it's like what threw together at the end was like, oh, they argued the whole way and now the kids learned something. Like, what happened again?
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't follow through with it. I couldn't understand what was going on.
Exactly. Now, I know that this is supposed to be kind of a lesson learned type of show and all that, but guys, I feel like we've already been down this path, you know? Applejack and Rainbow Dash, yes, they are both competitive and stuff, but, like, now we're having the kids teach the main 6 something they already came across. Now, I don't want to say this, but I kind of found at the point where both of them, and we'll get into the show where we talk about it, but actually, let's start talking about the episode and stuff, because this is going to be a real shocker to all of you, so stay tuned. But as we start off the episode, we go to the School of Friendship is what it's called. We have all of the main 6 there, and Twilight, of course, announcing the Teacher of the Month, is what it's called, or the Teacher of Month Award. And Applejack and Rainbow Dash are both like, ooh, I think I'm going to get this award. No you aren't. And, of course, we have Fluttershy, who wins it, I guess for the 13th time, maybe? I don't know. There were a lot of pictures up there, and all of them looked the same, which was supposed to be kind of a joke. Or the 9th time in a row, sorry. Yeah, but almost seemed like 13. But in this episode, again, Rainbow Dash and Applejack are both now very competitive that Fluttershy has won yet another month of Teacher of the Month award. And this is where, you know, it starts to kind of come in question. We already seen an episode like this. Why are we getting something else like this? You know, this is kind of a little bit of an annoyance to me, and I know that's a big word. Now, Mobius, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is that, and I'm not dissing the show or anything.
No,
I'm just saying, if you see something like this that kind of heads down the same road as an earlier episode, like, and now you see another episode kind of like that, it tells you that the drawers, the creators, are starting to run out of ideas.
Exactly.
Fresh ideas.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so and this is kind of the part that I want to get to, but guys, there's a lot more, and the results may be very shocking, especially coming from me. And Mobius, he's kind of a hardcore brony himself, but just for both of us, you know, we've seen the show for how long now? You know, almost as long as it's been out. I remember I came...
It was like 10 seasons.
Uh-huh. No, it hasn't been 10 seasons yet. We're on season 8. So...
Well, I saw early access to, like, I guess, 10.
Oh, okay.
Buy those, actually. YouTube.
No, well, I try to stay away from that part of YouTube. But, yes, I know there's a lot of people that like to take advantage and post episodes or pirate them and put them on there before the episodes are released, which actually is a real annoyance to me. And we've been over this on the podcast, guys. You all know that. But, yes, so now... Twilight then says, you know, this is why these students pick Teacher of the Month. You know, the teacher who does the best explaining things, who gets the idea across, who goes on field trips, and all these other fun things that the students want to do. And this is, again, you know, a whole new perspective going back to the premiere when the EEA, the Equestrian Education Association, try to take over the school. Twilight has created her new rules for her school because it is all brand new and all that. So the students need to learn in a fun way. So Rainbow Dash and Applejack kind of take this upon themselves and said, all right, we got ideas. And we start off with Applejack's shed making, or her apple shed making is what it's called. These apple sheds are supposedly, I'm assuming, to store like leftover things from apple season or something like that. I don't know. Or it might just be some other storage that is unknown in the abyss.
Or it could be to store like crates of stuff to make like the cider, and crates to make
it could be
stuff like the pies and all that. So you know,
if there's any other episode that I would want to come back to for an Applejack episode, it would be another Zap Apple episode, because
yes,
that was a pretty good episode, and it was nice seeing those colorful apples that really had some kick. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, writers of another episode like that, because that would be really good. But going with what we were saying, Applejack does this whole teamwork building exercise, and Rainbow Dash kind of takes it in her own hooves and decides, hey, I'm going to do it quickly. Applejack, of course, gets upset at this because that's not how it's supposed to be done. It's supposed to be nice and slow, so it gets done, and it looks very nice. Sets her piece down, and then they both start fighting over it, and then the students finish the first part, or the front entrance, and then I forget what happens in that part, but...
they finished the first entrance to fill you in. They finished
Yeah.
the first entrance. Rainbow Dash started like slapping things together in the sky, a little piece of wood, and smacked it on the ground. They were going to put the roof on it, and Rainbow Dash wasn't having the slow time, so he yelled actually at a student, and they dropped it and broke it.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Slow and steady one that
Yona. Yona was the yak. That's what her name was.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so that's how that got broken, and then this is where Applejack's makes a funny comment, which I kind of like. Look whose piece is still standing up. And this lights a spark, and then we bring in the head cheese, Twilight. And she is upset at both Rainbow Dash and Applejack because they are supposed to be the professors teaching these kids on how to do things. And that is not one of them. And says, hey, can you, two get along? Or, what's going on? And I did forget to mention, too, then Rainbow Dash decides, hey, let's go on a canoeing trip. Which that doesn't go out as planned. And they eventually crash into a rock. And it destroys the canoe. And then that's when Twilight kind of pulls them aside, saying, hey, you guys... we're supposed to be helping the students, not being competitive or anything like this. And Twilight decides, hey, you know what? Instead of this happening, I'm going to take over, and this is where Applejack and Rainbow Dash start kind of saying, oh, no, Twilight, we will be good. We'll do everything you ask. Just please don't take this away from us. And then this is where they start going into a nicer tone, a little too nicer tone, even for both of them. And this is where, guys... I did not like the episode. This is where it crashed for me. Completely just... It killed it for me. Because... I know, this is shocking. Especially for me to say. But, This is not, how any of the characters were supposed to act. And just seeing them, kind of it's nice that they're, going, but they're being too nice. And it was getting really annoying, especially when they were going to this bridge part. Oh my gosh. I mean, the nature walk, too. It was just so annoying by them saying, oh, Applejack, you go. No, you go. No, I insist. And they just kept going back to it. Okay, I know the characters in the show were getting annoyed, but I was really getting annoyed. And Mobius, what was your thought going on this? Were you kind of annoyed by it, too?
I was annoyed by that, but my crashing point would have to be when it was when Rainbow Dash yelled at that kid, what are you doing? That's not like you whatsoever.
Yeah.
Since when do you just shout at people?
I understand, what she was trying to do, but yeah, she shouldn't have shouted at Yona for something like that. She knew that stuff like that takes time, and it was so stupid. But the thing where it really lost for me was especially where Rainbow Dash and Applejack were playing this nice card. And, of course, we know all the reason why they want to try getting Teacher of the Month. So, yeah. And the characters are just getting really annoyed saying, hey, stop being nice. Let's just get it done. And they start making two different bridges which were very unsafe. Rainbow Dash decides, hey, I'm going to use twigs. Applejack uses vines, which I thought Applejack's probably was going to be the most sturdiest. But obviously we saw how that turned out. Yeah, so now they are in this giant ball wrapped around thing.
Look at that.
Yeah, and so now they're trapped saying help, help, and mind you, these are their professors that are saying help, and they're kind of seriously, but they know they're in danger. And to make matters worse, because we gotta have the dramatic thing, if you remember with the canoeing scene, on the left side, there were these crazy fish called Bitacudas. And these fish come back where both Applejack and Rainbow Dash are caught into their giant monstrosity of bridges. And this is where Rainbow Dash makes the comment, those fish look hungry, which of course they are. So now the students now must band together and help both their professors out. And one of them, which is the changeling, I forget what her name is. Oculus, that's right.
There's so many names in this show now, I can't remember any of them.
Yeah, I know. This whole new school thing and stuff, it's all a new experience for all of us, guys. So, again, sorry if some of us butchered things on here. It's just, we only see these characters in very short times. I mean, this is probably, I don't know, the third or the second episode that we got of the school. So, yeah. But now they take it in their own hands and hooves, whatever, because we have all different sorts of creatures now. And they bring Applejack and Rainbow Dash back to safety, and this is where the students are like very impressed and all that. Well, Applejack and Rainbow Dash, I should say, are very impressed. And this is where the students say, best field trip ever. And this is where it kind of got lost a little bit. I mean, yes, I understand the excitement of danger activities and all that. It's really exciting. But, I just felt like that was kind of thrown in there for me. That's just my opinion. But it still was a nice little ending. I thought so. And this is where they go back to the school, and Twilight asks the students, how was this trip? All of them say amazing, outstanding. Rainbow Dash and Applejack should get Teacher of the Month. So both of them now. And yeah, so that's where basically it concludes until both Applejack and Rainbow Dash then again fight over the whole thing once again. And that's where they just cut it off. So, a weird way to end an episode, but it's alright. I guess it's alright. Guys, I just am a little disappointed at the point, again, with the whole, this is not how these characters, change and stuff. Through the amount of years we saw the main six just develop into what they are today, it just kind of felt like it just kind of brought it all the way down. So now we're backtracking episodes, and that's just something I don't want to see, and I know you guys don't want to see. They can do better than this, and Mobius here can agree with me as well.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I'd like to point out that seeing as how, the idea of what I think My Little Pony is because you're sitting there, you have a rough day at work or something, you come home and you relax, but now it's like My Little Pony, with all the arguing, yelling, and all that in the show, they're starting to bring in the real life problems into the show, which is kind of killing it.
Well, it's not even that, Mobius. I mean, okay, they do that, but they brought it. No, they're backtracking now. It just, that's where it irks me. And I just don't know what to think of this episode. I got a lot of mixed reactions on this. I was, again, extremely disappointed at that whole situation where now Applejack and Rainbow Dash, they're not coping with each other anymore. They're over here being competitive. I understand. They can be competitive, but the way they were doing it just to get that award, guys, I thought we were done with this, but nope, they the creators and the writers decided, hey, let's do this again, and I just felt like it was not good. So it was all right though. It was all right, but I definitely gotta say this had to be one of the filler episodes. I do feel that way. I mean, when I saw the picture, because I was looking on the wiki of MLP, and they showed the non-complete clause, a couple of spoiler images, and I saw Rainbow Dash in that giant canoe. I was like, ooh, this might be a good episode. But just come to this and stuff and watch it, and it's like, seriously, we already watched something like this. So it brought me down a little bit, guys, but I'm not going to completely hate it just for that. The creators still did a good job, but I'm just a little disappointed in this episode. But Mobius, do you have anything else to say about this, bud?
No, not really. It's just you're right. Kind of starting to just throw stuff together. It's like that one video of where he threw together all this. It's not like it turns out into popcorn. That's not how that works.
Yeah. So, guys, my ratings for this is a very, very medium with a little bit of down to it. It's all right. It's definitely not the best. But it kind of feels like it's one of those worst episodes, probably of the season so far. And, you know, again, coming back and stuff, and I'm supposed to be a Rainbow Dash episode fan, and Applejack. These are my two very important characters played by one of my favorite voice actresses. And just seeing this episode, I don't know. But guys, I want to hear from you. Oh wow, I can't think of anything. Your guys' comments just makes me ecstatic, and just hearing from you guys and what you thought of this episode, it just makes me come into thought a little bit more. And I know you guys like talking about it and discussing it here on the podcast, and this is what this is all about. So yes. And Mobius, thank you so much for coming back. It's been a while, man, and it definitely feels good to have you back.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'd like to point out that out of all my characters, Gilda has...
Gilda?
Yeah, Gilda's my...
Yeah. I do like Gilda. I hope we do get another episode. But while we are on the topic, let's point out what the next episode will be. And the next episode will be called The Breakup Breakdown. So, okay. I hope this has a little more glory to this episode by what the title expresses. So that should be really awesome, guys. And that will be episode 10. Wow. Our 10th episode of the season. Let's go. But guys, that's all I have for this podcast. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, share, favorite, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. And as always, we will see you in the next Pony Talk podcast, guys, come episode 10. Peace out, everybody. Bye.
Bye.